Hi guys, welcome to another beer review. I actually reviewed this one last year, I think, or a variation on it, I'm not too sure. But I deleted the video because it was one of those things where it's such a widely available beer that you can just pick it up when it gets released again. And this will be the first Oktoberfest beer that I'm reviewing on the channel. And yeah, it's one that I actually have a lot of time for, and the brewery in question. And it is, of course, the Hacker-Pschorr Oktoberfest Märzen. I think you can pick up a bottle of like the original Oktoberfest beer. I'm not sure if that's primarily for exports though. I'm not sure about the history of it, but yeah, Hacker-Pschorr I think are owned by Paulaner, or at least under the Paulaner umbrella. And yeah, every beer I've had from Hacker-Pschorr has been fantastic, quite frankly, and last year's batch of this was no exception. But yeah, Oktoberfest beers, pretty much like Germany's answer to pumpkin beers. The fact that around this time the market gets saturated with these beers, and it's really quite popular back in the US as well for the Oktoberfest beers and little mini Oktoberfests, German festivals, that sort of thing, and a big market for German beer, Paulaner, that sort of thing is in America. I find if you want some good, interesting Oktoberfest beer reviews, then I'm going to put a link down below to a chap called, I think it's Les Walker or Lee Walker. I always get it mixed up, and he's been recently doing like Oktoberfest beer versus Oktoberfest beer, like a head-to-head sort of thing. And yeah, really interesting stuff if you're interested in your Oktoberfest beers. Anyway, waffled on way too long enough. Really nice golden label. It's got that sense of celebration to it. A little bit special. And yeah, clocking in at 5.8%. And of course, it's in a flip top, so there we go. Nice amounts of carbonation and steam coming up through there. So yeah, Oktoberfest beers, Märzen beers, I really like them. I mean, I'm a fan of lagers anyway, so when they do something a little bit special, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've tried some really quite dull Oktoberfest beers, but from what I remember last year, this was a damn good one, and it's a very high quality brewery indeed. So yeah, not sure if I'll be doing a series of Oktoberfest beers like I did with winter/Christmas beers last year. I might do. I've got a couple of ideas for some like head-to-heads, because Paulaner do their Oktoberfest beer both in can form and in bottle form, so it'd be interesting sort of video. I'm sure there's really no difference whatsoever. But yeah, beer in a glass, and it's a nice sort of pale copper colour, slightly rustic sort of look to it. A little bit darker, a little bit browner than your regular, Hellas sort of beers, but not quite a Dunkel or a Bock. Well, mind you can get pale Bocks as well, but yeah. Really nice amounts of carbonation, nice amount of clarity in there, you can definitely see through it. And yeah, that's all going up to about less than a finger's worth of slightly off-white foamy head. So yeah, it looks good in the glass. Let's give it a sniff, see if I can do this without spilling any. He does it off camera, so you can't see if he spills it or not. And on the aroma, it smells like, a lager, to be honest. A little bit of spice in there. I'm getting a very slight sort of cinnamon aroma as well. It's malty, slightly caramelly. More of like a roasted caramel malt sort of character on the aroma. But then you get that sort of lager dankness, that sort of savoury/earthy quality from a Hellas beer. But it's a little bit sweeter. It's got sort of like almost like an autumnal vibe, which is perfect for the season. And you get like a nice warm autumn's evening on the aroma. It smells good, looks good. Let's see if it tastes as good as I remember it being. Cheers. Oh, that's really nice. That is really, really nice. It's got this like crisp, clean character, but it's not like you'd expect from a lager. You definitely pick up a roasty, toasty, almost oat-like malt character to it, which is topped off nicely with a very slight caramel, toffee sort of flavour. It's got that like dense, chewy sort of characteristic, although it is a medium body to it. Like I said, crisp, refreshing, even though you get these sort of slightly cakey, desserty tones. It's not as biscuity as like Helles beer. It's more of like a sweetish cake, like a spiced rum cake or spiced ginger cake, that sort of vibe. But it's got a sort of savoury sort of bitterness on the back end. All in all, a very quaffable, flavoursome little Märzen. And yeah, definitely a winner in my book. I know some people will probably not even bother with these beer styles, but yeah, if you want a sort of like a lager that's got character and actual flavour, then go for, when they're available, these sorts of beers like Märzens in general, and Oktoberfest beers. You know, perfect for, you know, when you're outside. You've got like a pretzel, you've got some nice Emmentaler cheese, that sort of thing. It'd go well with a nice roast, a nice meaty roast dinner full of gravy and potatoes. It's going to complement that perfectly. That slight sweetness is going to work well with that salty sort of vibe. But it's not too sweet. I'm not saying it's like a sweetie beer at all. It's just so nicely balanced, so nicely put together. And yeah, I think I got this for like less than, or maybe just over €1, including the recycling which I get back. So it's pretty much less than €1 for a world-class, high-quality beer from Hacker-Pschorr. And yeah, if I do try more Oktoberfest beers on the channel this year, this one's definitely going to be hard to beat. I can't fault it at all, just very drinkable. The only criticism is I wish I'd picked up a couple more bottles, because it's just going to be perfect to just kick back on at the end of an evening, or like I said, complement the meal really nicely. So yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 from me. I really can't fault it. And again, I know some people were thinking, yeah, but it's only a mass-produced sort of lager. The Germans have got this nailed down. Yeah, they've got this brewing reputation for a reason. Whether you like the Reinheitsgebot or not, beers like this just full of quality, full of flavour, and yeah, highly recommended. Because I'm sure you'll be able to pick this up on something like Beers of Europe or various other import websites or your local bottle shop. But yeah, high quality, 10 out of 10. And yeah, I'm going to definitely enjoy the rest of this beer. So if you've tried this one, let me know your thoughts, opinions. What's your favourite Oktoberfest beer? Doesn't have to be a German Oktoberfest beer. Just hit me up in the comments. And yeah, check this beer out if you get the opportunity to, or if you find yourself in Germany over these next couple of months. Fantastic beer, 10 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you in the next one. Prost.